Alright, so we've got our little TFT LCD touchscreen shield. We modified a proto shield so that we can get our 5 volts ground and at least one pin. I've got actually coming out of this header that I've got coming out of the side of the proto shield. I've actually got access to analog 5 and analog 4. Got my 5 volts in ground, and analog 5 is hooked up to the appropriate pins of our DHT11 humidity temperature sensor. And what I wanted to do was take this serial data and then print some nice words on the screen that says something like, you know, the Cochise temperature humidity sensor, and then display the numerical values that I'm reading over the serial data from the DHT. So, you know, I mean, I'm getting serial data. I've got my humidity and my temperature. But I could not figure out what I needed to do code-wise using these libraries to display that on the screen. The irony is, I couldn't figure out how to display numerically just by having a string of text my serial data, but it was unbelievably easy to create a graphic interface and be able to read my serial data in this manner. So basically what I'm doing is using, what is it, it's draw rectangle, tft.fill rectangle, and then you tell it the position with the x-axis and the 0 axis, and then I just use the variable for our humidity, which was h in this particular code, and I wrote h as the width, or in this case the height, and it seems to work fine. So as you can see, according to the Cochise GUI thermometer, it's a beautiful 75 degrees and about a 40% humidity. The reason it resets and goes black is as it takes a new reading from the DHT, which is about every 2 seconds, I believe, it will write a new value through the loop. However, it doesn't clear the old value. So if for some reason, you know, Ghost were to come through here and the temperature would drop back to 50 degrees and I didn't have the black reset, then it would still be reading 75 degrees and it would just write a new 50 degree fill bar over that, and then you'd never notice the change because it was still displaying the 75. So I set up a delay function, and at about every 5 seconds, which is what I have it set to now, I shorted something. About every 5 seconds, it will actually write a black bar to cover the whole length and then rewrite the new value. So you're only actually getting an accurate display every 5 seconds. I could do that as soon as every 2 seconds, but it just kind of gets annoying with a black line for 1 second and then a display for 2 seconds. I don't know how to counteract that. That'll take some more thought. But, you know, I'm pretty happy with what I got going on right now. I'm excited that I managed to get this working.